Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
So now we're going to do a review of PitchCar. Hopefully you've checked out our how to play and playthrough. So I was hesitant to even get PitchCar Mini.
Why?
Because we have all the regular PitchCars. So I've been avoiding this for years. The only reason why we got it, and we'll be doing a large version of PitchCar here, but we got to go into the living room on our giant table and set it up and move the cameras, but it will be worth it. But the reason why we got it is because of this. And I ordered this PitchCar expansion. And when we got it, it was like, oh, it only works with PitchCar Mini. Because it makes PitchCar Mini tracks work with regular editions. So let me explain that first so you understand why you would want to own PitchCar Mini if you have the regular PitchCar. So here are the tracks. So you see how small they are.
They're so cute.
By comparison here, here's a regular size track and a PitchCar Mini. So,
it's like you and me.
So I don't know what the scale is there. I'm sure I can research it, but you see what it does? So you can have a portion of your large PitchCar be a mini PitchCar. Now obviously you would have more tracks in between here, okay? In fact, you can even get two of these expansions and have your course have a mini section and another mini section, but you'd have to own 4 of these. But you see, you can still get by on this. In fact, some of the PitchCar regular expansions are this size anyway.
True.
But if you want to see for scale purposes, so we like playing blue and red. So I said to Julie for this example here, see the difference in the cars?
They're so cute.
So now you know we got it, and we will do a playthrough using the big tracks with PitchCar Mini. But if you want to see all it comes with, and if you haven't played PitchCar before, you are going to build a track, and here's an example of a track here. That's regular PitchCar. Hang on. Where did it go? Oh, right here. You know, it's PitchCar. Here's the tracks you can build, but it will be smaller than the regular. Again, I mean, look at the difference. Here's regular PitchCar, mini PitchCar. So you can see how much table space will take up. Whereas this, you could definitely fit it on a
just a regular kitchen table.
Right. And so you can see here, you'll be flicking, and you go around the track 3 times, and there's some rules. If you go off the track, you go back to where you were. If your car flips over, you go back to where you were. If you knock off someone else's car, they go back to where you were, and so do you. So you got to keep all the cars on the track as possible. And you're just flicking, and it's nice. You can see the wood here. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, wait, that's the original.
That's original.
Yeah.
But it's
the same thickness because you got to make it compatible.
Yeah.
And it's got a nice smooth surface, as you can see in the light here. See?
Yep.
See right there, look at that.
That's really cool.
Like
a little road.
Yeah, in a sense.
Just like a little road.
All right, so that's some context and why we bought it, because we were never, I was like, yeah, why would you get that? Why would you even bother getting it?
Oh, you don't forget.
Yeah, don't worry about it. That's okay. So let's take a look at our review. And when we do our reviews, we come up with our reasons separately. So Julie's going to go first here.
Okay, here I go. Super fun. First thing I could think of when David's like, you need to do this. I was like, no problem. It is so much fun. And I'm not real good at dexterity stuff, but this one, I do really well. Maybe it's because I have little hands. I don't know. Love this game. It's also really fast to play. The thing that takes the longest is making the track.
Yeah,
how big or little you want. That's what takes the longest. But flicking, piece of cake. You're done really fast.
Yeah, and you want to play multiple games usually too when you set it up.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
The track is super cute because it's little and it's petite and it's just like the little sister of this big brother track. It's just so cute. The only, I guess you would say, neutral I did on this was that it may not be as challenging as the original because it is a smaller track, so you don't have as many options of doing stuff as you do with the big track.
Well, that's also because we have a lot more of the expansions.
Right.
So this is just a base set
It's just cute. If you just want a fun little cute small flicking game with little race cars, this is your go-to one. This is perfect. Just know that it's not going to be as stressful as the big one, and that's okay too.
Well, that's because we're a big fan of the regular edition, and when you say stressful, it's because we make really difficult tracks, and we have all the expansions.
Excuse me, we do not make them.
Oh.
He makes them, and the
With
boys
the
make
boys,
them.
yeah.
Yes.
And we have multiple expansions, so
Right.
we will take our table that we've used for the bigger ones. Well, first off, before we even had that, we would take our dining room table and then another table and make an L shape.
Make an L shape.
And so we have a table that's basically
Gosh.
a 3x8 and a 4x6.
Yeah. It was
But
huge.
now we have our son has a pool table that's
Has a really nice top to it. Makes it
it's
into a table.
It's a 4x8.
Yeah.
And so we'll be playing that on there, and we made a large track on there.
Yes, we did.
But all right, so but when we talk about her being, when she's saying stressful, the mini one, there's not a lot of tracks, so it's not intimidating.
It's not intimidating at all.
But when we do all the other stuff with the regular edition,
it's
and there
very-
are expansions to the mini that we're gonna. Now that we can make this work with the big one, now we're gonna be buying the
Oh, my
mini
goodness sakes.
PitchCar Mini expansion.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a look at what I had to say.
What did you have to say?
All right. So it's a fun and fast dexterity race game, just like the regular edition. A surprisingly comparable experience to the larger version. That's why I was kind of hesitant to get it at first. I was like saying, is it going to be as good as a big one? It's good enough if you want a smaller footprint. So if you don't want to have a big table and you want to take this somewhere, like on a plane flight,
You
or
could
something
not
like
put
that.
this on a plane flight.
What do you mean you couldn't?
You could not put that on that little tray.
No, I'm talking to you. If you want to take it on a plane.
Oh, to go and play it
go
somewhere
somewhere.
else. Okay, I thought you were playing it on a plane. I'm like, there's no way.
I understand why you're saying no. You wouldn't play it on a plane. Okay, I wouldn't. But that's funny that you said that. But you could take it with you somewhere.
yes, you
You could
could.
pack it.
Yes, you
And
could.
show and have fun with people with
Yes.
that, because
You
to,
couldn't
to
do it
get
with the big
to
one.
get the stuff for the big one here.
Yeah, there's no way.
I had to take it off our game rack, and I said, you couldn't lift this, Julie, because the wood would be too much
heavy.
weight.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, we wouldn't be taking that on
yeah,
a plane
we wouldn't
flight.
be taking it on a plane, but you
No.
could take this. All right, so anyway, back to... so it's less of a tactile, comparable experience. So what I mean by that is that when you're flicking, it just doesn't feel the same way as... I mean, I could really flick this. I can really use a lot of strength in it, and it feels like it's more satisfying that, and there's more track that I can really go far and really, try to do really cool shots. Whereas it just doesn't
I like the little ones.
it just doesn't have the same feel. It's a neutral for me. Okay, if I wanted to set up a big track. And wanted, because it takes time to set up the tracks.
Oh, yes.
I'd go big
True.
every time.
True.
Okay.
True.
But if I don't want to deal with setting up a large track and we just want to play it quickly, we go with the small one.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just not the same tactile experience as the big one.
Okay.
Okay.
I respect that.
So it's not as fast. It has less big moments because this is a smaller set. Okay. But also, for those of you who have all the expansions of the big one, you can make some really cool tracks, do some cool things. In fact, there's a couple times.
I think it plays fast. You said it's not as fast.
Okay, not as fast in terms of when you're flicking.
Oh, okay.
For instance,
okay.
I can really whip around
Right.
these big ones.
True.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's just not. I can really flick it hard.
Right.
Okay, and it will stay on the track. Whereas these, it's just not as much weight going on. Whereas you think I'm not flicking it hard. It's because I can't get it on camera here, but I can really flick it, like
I know.
like that. Whereas here, if I do that, it's going to fly off too easily. Whereas here, I can really apply some strength and kind of mistreat it, so to speak. Okay.
Be nice
Whereas
to
this, you
it.
gotta finesse it a little bit more because
Okay.
it's smaller. That's
Yes.
all. And so that's my only negative. So it's trade-offs. PitchCar Mini, when you just don't want to set up a big track, and you don't want to take a large footprint, and if you want to, it's more easily portable, you do PitchCar Mini.
Okay.
But again, we have PitchCar Mini now because of these adapters for the large one. All right, so ready for our rating?
Yes.
Let's take a look here.
I'm ready.
All right. So, I said very good, enjoy playing, and I would suggest it, especially if we don't want to deal with setting up a large track.
I said 7.5 because I would really love to play it, and I probably would suggest it at times, depending on who's wanting to play, but I'm not really good at setting up the track, and if he's not in the mood to set up the track, then we won't be playing, because I make little petite, maybe because I am little and petite, I make little petite tracks, and he's kind of like, really? So I'm like, fine.
It's you didn't grow up with Legos and things like that, so your
We had Legos when we were little, but my spatial reasoning thing is just out of whack. So
it's not a strength for you.
Not at all.
So when I gave Julie the pieces, she set up the track, but she left out like a third of the pieces. I says, well, don't you want to make it bigger? And it's okay. It's just not something she's used to doing. And that's all right. So that's the reason why you're saying that is because for you don't get as much joy out of setting up the track.
No.
Whereas,
to me, I find it very frustrating and irritating. I just want to play. I just want to flick the cars.
Yeah, and that's fine. But that's why it's not an 8 for you.
Right.
It's only a 7.5, whereas I enjoy setting it up.
And it would be the same with the regular PitchCar. It would be a 7.5 because same reason. I don't want to set it all up. I would make straight things go. It would be like a real racetrack. It would just be the oval.
Yeah.
And
as George
David
Carlin
and the boys
says,
would be like, no, Mom, this is not good.
Yeah, as George Carlin says, a child can go in circles. It's when you make tracks that are weird that are challenging.
And that's why I leave it to David and the boys to set up those tracks because, I'll just flick.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll definitely be doing a combo version of this. Hopefully, you get a chance to look at how to play and play through, so you can see the difference between the mini one. And then we still got to do a video on the Big Brother version.
Sure.
And we'll probably do it with all the expansions because we have the loop. We haven't even
played.
We haven't played with the loop yet.
We haven't played with the loop. Yeah, most likely my cars will go flying all over the place, but it'll be fun. It'll be interesting to see.
Well, I've seen somebody on camera because before we bought it, they showed how the loop works. It does take some practice to be able to make it work.
I will never get past the finish line.
Anyways, that's not about this game. But anyway, so this is PitchCar Mini. Again, it's a solid option, especially with these adapters now, and that's the only reason why we got it. Otherwise, but now that we have it, it's kind of a cool option that you can take with you somewhere.
I agree.
Or small footprint.
Small footprint.
All right, so thanks for watching. Please check out our other videos.
Please don't forget to subscribe and like, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.